Previously on ISPW Weekly.
If one of us pins any member of that team, we become the champion. That's why I'm the captain, Anthony, because I actually read the contracts, because I've been wrestling for 25 years, because I have 1,650 matches under my belt. That's why we're going to listen to me, because you've proven that your game plan doesn't work, and you've proven that your butler won't even listen to you. So call up your poppy and tell him tomorrow night Eric Corvus is your daddy.
Hey, Kenny, ISPW Weekly is going live.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Welcome to episode 100 and why am I not big? Why am I not big? Hold on. Okay, that's better. Welcome to episode 101. That sounds like a lot. Of ISPW Weekly, coming off a great episode last week. I want to thank once again Jumping Jay for coming on the air and reliving the old days with Toto with Tom. We had a great time. We were at the Wildwood Convention Center and we had many guests. After that, I got on that tram car with Joe Clean and Franklin Myers, and we tore it up and down the boardwalk. We eventually wound up at Gateway 26 in Wildwood because a commotion was going on. Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, was in the arcade at Gateway 26, and people actually knew who he was. It was amazing. And then, of course, we get to the following evening where at the Wildwood Convention Center, we had over 1,000 people. I think the number was 1,300 in attendance. The Brawl at the Boardwalk. That's what we're doing here tonight. We're going to go over that. Also, I have something special for everyone who's listening to the show. We're going to be dropping the matches from that event on a daily basis. Look, all you have to do is go to the ISPW YouTube page. And I should have this actually somewhere. You go to the ISPW YouTube page, subscribe. Okay. Once you subscribe, you'll be notified of all the latest drops, of all the latest videos. You can watch ISPW Weekly. You can watch that again. And we're going to be dropping a match every day until we get to the end. At least that's the goal. Okay? We want to make sure that you guys got to see this fantastic event that happened. So we're going to start off right now. I have to come contractually obligated to show what happened prior to the event because, as you all know, the general manager of ISPW, Toto with Tom, had the night off. Here was our general manager for the evening.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to be with you here tonight. I have said this forever. Wrestling fans are the greatest fans of any sport because of their loyalty.
It also helps when you have a lot of money and you can pay people off. And that's what he did. At least in my case. I'm sorry to interrupt. Here we go, Ted.
And one thing is as true today as it's ever been. And what is that? Everybody's got a price. The $1 Million Man. Bring them on out here.
So everybody has a price. The price for admission was far less than any other wrestling company in the tri-state area, maybe in the nation. Okay, $30 got you in. Great seats. What an event. I heard there's something happening. There's a rumbling that's going around right now on social media about maybe a possible return, but follow the ISPW Facebook page to get that information. So I'm going to jump right into what happened before we bring our first guest on, who is in the green room right now. There was a pre-match show. You guys knew who it was. Carmine Arata taking on Buddy Thomas. And I'm just going to give you guys a feel of what happened. Once again, you'll be able to see all these matches on YouTube. This will be the first match we will drop. It'll probably be later tonight. Of course, Buddy was not well liked by the fans. I don't know why. He's a great guy, and I personally love umbrellas. Carmine, though, had the crowd. Then we had the women's match. It was a three-way dance. Here is the Golden Glitter winner, Tiara James. I thought I had gotten rid of her because I had not seen her for a while, but she was back in ISPW wrestling for the Women's Championship. And of course, the Women's Champion herself, WWE ID prospect. Once again, these matches will be dropping on the ISPW YouTube page. We'll do one a day, and make sure you subscribe to it so you know when it'll be happening. I have right now on our very first guest of the evening. It is none other than the A-Player's assistant, Angel Reyes. Let's welcome him on. There you are.
How's it going, good people of ISPW?
Well, I have a lot to
wait, hold on. Let me just stop you right there. Let's not use the word assistant. All right, I'm kind of not feeling that word tonight.
Tell me what word you're looking for.
Let's just stick with my name. Let's just stick with Angel Reyes. That's who I've been. That's who I always will be. All
right, Angel Reyes. I don't know if you watched episode 100 last week. But I caught
glimpses of it. I caught a glimpse of it.
All right. So we were in a match. It was a 6-man match. Okay. Myself was the referee for the evening. And I just want to understand something. I mean, did you have any issues with me?
I don't know, Tom. Did I have any issues with you? Because I've noticed a couple things between whenever me and Anthony got the pin and between when you were counting for Corvus. I don't know if you have the footage up, but if you happen to have that footage, I'll be happy to explain what I'm talking about.
I don't have that footage right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on and see some other superstars of ISPW. Hold on, please. So that was Brandon Downey, the ISPW light heavyweight champion. He was in a 3-way match with Jordan Oliver and Leo Sparrow. I actually will give you guys a little bit of what happened in that match right here. So full details will be on ISPW's Facebook page. I'm having difficulty tonight on Hell working this because I took a week off because of Jumping Jay. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to put this on the YouTube page for ISPW. All the matches, all you have to do is subscribe once again. Let's see what else was on the card. Oh, this was a favorite of mine. On Hell, you're young.
Yes.
Do you remember this guy?
Of course, who doesn't know the sex appeal of a man, Val Venus?
Val Venus and Rico Gold had their match. They had a lot to say online before it. And at the end of the evening, I think Val Venus had respect for Rico Gold. Would you agree?
I definitely agree. I look back. I was there. I was behind the curtain, and I saw what Venus had to say about Rico. And Rico is one of the greatest up and coming stars in this business right now, and he really deserves the flowers that Val has given him.
All right. Now let's get into the 6-man match. I think this might be what you're talking about. Hold on.
What's wrong with this freaking referee?
What was wrong with that count?
You really don't see it, Tom?
No.
Well, you were going a little bit on the slow side for me and Anthony. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I didn't see it. I don't know. I mean, if I'm slow, I wasn't slow. I mean, I was working on the cadence backstage. I wanted to make sure that everybody had the same count. I was taken aback by you. I'm sorry. I mean, I thought we were friends.
I'm sure you were, Tom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Look, everyone's going to probably want to know what happened in this match. So this is the gist of it. Okay. If everybody sits back and takes all this in.
That just because you make yourself a special guest referee, that you get to ignore the rules and cheat so your best friend can win? ISPW deserves better than that. The people of Wildwood, New Jersey deserve better
No, we're not going to see any more of that. It was reprehensible that Pat Savino had to flex his muscles in front of 1,200 people in Wildwood, New Jersey. Angel, did you really have a problem with what happened out there?
Let me tell you like this, Tom. 3 things. First of all, you clearly saw Corvus low blow Recon. Not only that, you saw Recon put his foot on the rope and put the icing on the cake. You gave him a really fast count in order for him to win the title. Did you not?
Well, I had to make up for the delay. There was a pause. I really don't want to answer any more of your questions. I think I'm going to talk to my best friend about this.
Best
Oh,
friend.
there he
What?
is. There he is. Hi,
Oh
Eric.
my God.
Eric Corvus is now on ISPW, episode 101. Now, watch what you say, Angel, because as you can see, he is not in a very good mood.
I don't care.
Angel, listen, I understand that you and Anthony had your own plans going into that 6-man match. I get it.
Yeah.
I get that you guys are not seeing eye to eye. You guys are butting heads.
Mhm.
But what disappointed me the most was that you guys couldn't set that aside for this important 6-man tag match. And my game plan, along with Toto Atom's game plan, worked perfectly because we do see eye to eye, because we don't butt heads. And if it wasn't for Pat Savino, I would be tri-state champion right now. And Angel, you like to bring up these points. Let me ask you a couple of questions.
Sure.
Did you not say that Joe Clean was a pretty cool guy during that 6-man match?
I won't deny it. I did say he was a pretty cool guy.
When Tony Atlas was in the ring, were you not on the outside clapping for him and giving him respect?
I may have, gave him his props, his flowers, give me a little clap, probably.
So you showed me and Anthony before the match even began that you were not part of our team, that you did not want to work together as a unit. Because the thing is, if you guys just would have went along with that plan and I would have been able to walk away tri-state champion, Toto Atom would have been very, very thankful. And he's the GM. He could have lined up a tag title opportunity for the two of you. He could have lined up a light heavyweight championship shot for one of you guys. But no, you guys wanted to bicker and you wanted to cheer for the other team. And where did that get you? Where did that get you, Angel?
Well, Corvus, let me answer your question. It's my own question. What gave you the right to put yourself into our match that was supposed to be a grudge match between me and Anthony against Joe Clean and Tony Atlas?
I didn't put myself into the match.
Oh no, that's right. Your best friend, the GM, decided to abuse his power and add you and Recon to our match.
Let me ask
And
you
why was that, huh?
Angel, let me ask you a question. If you were GM, would you not make decisions that benefited you and your friends?
No, because I,
Then you're just
unlike Total
bullshit.
with Tom, have more self-respect than anybody else.
Self-respect. You
Yeah.
came in ISPW as a manservant, working for Anthony, and then signing your contract over to Ray Calitri. And where has working for Ray Calitri and Anthony gotten you, Angel? If you would follow me, and Toto with Tom, we could show you a whole new reality in ISPW where you get opportunities that you deserve. Because I'm not gonna downplay you, Angel. You have tons of potential, but you let everyone else run the show, and you listen to everyone else, but you're listening to the wrong people. Angel, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Have you heard from Anthony since this weekend? Hell, when was the last time you heard from Poppy, Ray Calitri?
Listen, I'm not here to talk about Poppy's house or Anthony. All right? I'm here to talk about the two of you butting into our business that you had no business butting into. Both of you are the most pathetic waste of space that I've seen in ISPW. And you throwing a tantrum because Pat decided to do the right thing and restart the match, all because Tom decided to help you win the championship dirty?
Angel, we have plenty of footage over the last couple of months of you helping Anthony and Ray Calitri cheat,
Hey,
helping them
I know you
do
have the
the wrong
footage,
thing. Yeah.
but I regret every action of that. Because you know why? Because at the end of the day, those two wouldn't held on to those titles without my help. They needed me in order to stay championship. But guess what? In the end, they ended up losing, not because of me, because of their own ego.
So listen, Angel. I understand you're upset, and I understand it's because you keep trying to help other people. I want to help you. Total Tom wants to help you instead of you helping all of these other people. We want the best for you because you deserve it. And honestly, so does Anthony. I think that you guys have been butting heads so much because you've been being manipulated by Ray Calitri. And he wanted you guys at odds, which is why he's MIA. The real problem in ISPW is these elderly legends coming in and thinking that they run the show when guys like you and me and Anthony are here every single show, making sure that the ship is floating. The ISPW ship is floating forward. Guys like Tony Atlas coming in and winning a title. It's a joke. These legends are a joke. So I'm offering you an opportunity, Angel, and you don't have to answer me right now, but allow me and Total with Tom to present a new reality to you and Anthony, where we don't have to worry about these elderly legends coming in and trying to steal from us, trying to steal our spots. Let's work together because as a unit, as having multiple individuals working together, we're going to be stronger than we are alone. And if we ever end up in another match where we're a six-man match and we're on the same page, you have my word, it would go completely differently. I'm not like Poppy. I respect the two of you. And I want the two of you to just get your heads on right and find the right guidance. And the right guidance is the new reality that me and Total Tom bring to ISPW. I say this with all sincerity, Angel. You deserve better.
You say I deserve better, but didn't you give the same bull to Rick Recon? And look what happened to that.
Because he never truly believed in the cause. Dude showed up with a grimace on his face in a bad mood every single show. He was never fully on board. He never fully bought in to the idea of a new reality in ISPW. He just wanted the same status quo. And what did that do for him? Huh? What did that do for Rick Recon? He's in the same exact place that he always has been, without a championship shot, showing up in a bad mood, and nobody giving a damn about him. I care, Angel. That's the difference, brother.
You know, I think, Eric, we're going to have to let Angel think this over. It's a lot to throw at him at once. He's a young guy. So, Angel, listen to what we're saying and get back to us, okay? And for now, I want to thank you for being on episode 101 of ISPW Weekly. And we do thank you. We do respect you. And hopefully we can work something out in the future. Agreed? We'll leave on amicable terms right now, and we'll wait to hear what your response is later.
I'll give it a
think
thought.
about it. Just thinking about it. That's all we're asking.
Thank you, Angel. Oh, and give regards to Poppy. Hey, Eric, you're talking about elders, okay? And this really made me throw up in my mouth. We had a tag team match, and I'm going to just show the introductions of the combatants for the ISPW Heavyweight Championship. We know these guys very much, the shot callers. Here they are. We also know these guys. And this next tag team is the reason why I felt what you said reason I thought what you said before was very poignant. Elders in ISPW. Now, I don't know where they came up with all those titles, Eric. I know they were WWF Tag Team Champions back in the day, but it seemed like they had 6 titles as they came to the ring.
It's ridiculous. They're buying into their own hype. Listen, I have nothing against legends and veterans in this business trying to still make a dime off their name. I get it. I get the whole convention that took place before the ISPW event. But what really grinds my gears are guys like Tony Atlas and Val Venus and the Headbangers weaseling their way onto the shows, taking spots away from our ISPW regulars just to try to relive their glory days. And I should have been so excited when ISPW announced that they were doing another one in August in Wildwood, another Legends convention, another show. But I couldn't be excited about it because Tommy Fierro is just gonna book these old guys to take spots away from us. And I don't think that it's fair. And as I'm trying to concentrate on what I feel is an injustice to us here in ISPW with all of these legends, I'm trying to concentrate on this, but I can't because management is also throwing me curveballs, letting me know that I'm going to be involved with Rick Recon for the next few weeks, if not months, as the Reality Check Best of 7 series match gets announced and kicks off in Vernon next Saturday, August 8th. Unbeknownst to me, I wasn't asked if I was okay with a Best of 7 series against Rick Recon. It just feels like everybody says that you and me are trying to take advantage because you're the GM and we're best friends.
All right.
But you got all of these legends coming in trying to steal spots from us. I'm getting forced into a Best of 7 series. Where is our sway that everybody keeps saying? Where is this manipulation of booking power that everybody says that we're doing, Tom?
I'm gonna have to have a talk with promoter Tommy Fierro, but this is what Eric is talking about. It's ISPW's Barbecue Brawl, which is taking place Saturday, August 8th in Vernon, New Jersey at the Vernon PAL. We're making our return. I also have a problem, Eric, as you could probably see right off the bat with the main event. I did not sign off on Vinny Pacifico getting a ISPW heavyweight championship match right off the bat. He's in the main event. Sloan Jacobs and Vicious Vicky Venuto, I gave the okay on that. Recon, I mean, I really don't. He really is pushing us right now. And as I said, I'm going to have that talk, a reality check best of 7 series match.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing more about this in the next few days. You can get your tickets at ispwwrestling.com. If you also notice at the bottom of the graphic, we also have a show taking place at the Middletown Sports Complex on August 14th. Also, August 21st at the Parsippany PAL. We will have the card here on future episodes of ISPW
the only
Weekly.
thing that we know for sure, because last time we were at the Parsippany PAL, it was announced that Rick Recon and myself would be facing off in a street fight. The next time we showed up in Parsippany, is that going to be part of the best of 7? Is that we're clueless to this? This is being done under our nose. You're the general manager.
That's right.
All of these things should be going and filtered through you. So somebody's playing games, Tom, and I don't think it's fair.
I will get to the bottom of it. I promise you at the end of this episode, I will be on the phone with Tommy Fierro. The reason why Eric and I are very upset this evening with, what we were talking about is I want to go to the Hall of Fame right now, or the Hall of Champions, excuse me, and just show everybody what has transpired here in ISPW. We have a 72-year-old as the Tri-State champion, and we have the Headbangers as the tag team champions at ISPW. And I do feel bad because the Now should have never have been put in the predicament they were in prior to that match. Here is the Now. I want to show you guys who I think, Eric, and you have to understand where I'm coming from, Eric, because before you and I got together with the new reality, the Now, in my estimation, are the greatest tag team in ISPW history. Here's their entrance. And let's go to the heavyweight match, okay? There was 6 combatants in there. Could we run through this? Because I do see someone who is popping into the green room, and I want to bring them on in a second. But first, I really like what Justin Carino did, Eric, first of all, in the main event this past weekend. 6 combatants, right? Typically, the champion comes out last. Justin Carino said, no, I'm doing things my way. He came out first. Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
It's smart. The champion comes out first. He's in a TLC match where chairs, ladders, and tables were legal. So he wanted to get the lay of the land.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to be the first one to see what side of the ring the weapons are on. He wanted to get a feel for the crowd before anyone else. Justin Carino is a hell of a champion.
And here we have the Revolver, Alex Ryman. Watching all these introductions makes me want to watch these matches, and you can if you go to the ISPW YouTube page. We'll be dropping these matches one a day. All you have to do is go to the YouTube page and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, and you'll be notified of when the matches will be dropping. As I said, we should be having the first match drop this evening. We're going to round out the rest of this TLC match with the Dominican Destroyer Vargas. As usual, out of control. And finally, Eric, GKM.
It's go time, baby! It's go time!
What a night we had. Brawl at the Boardwalk this past week on Thursday night. 1,300 packed the Wildwood Convention Center. There were the legends that were in attendance from 5:30 to 7:30. And then, of course, ISPW put on another tremendous show. One bit I want to show you, Eric, and I want to get your opinion on. I'm very happy that this gentleman showed up. He was not booked on the card originally, and this is what happened. That is not what happened, but this is what happened.
You thought it was over? Go! Get out of here! Go! Get out of here! Go! Come on! He grabbed something! Get out of
Good for you, Jay. Good for you.
Hey, and I was in the back. Those two brawled right through back into the locker room. We needed, I think there were like 15 people in the back to break them up. But how can you be upset with Jay? How could you be upset with them?
I was very pleased to see what he did. Very pleased. And I thought about getting involved to help break it up, but I was a little tired.
No, we had been through enough at that point. But this rivalry between GKM and Jay Heru, like there was no disqualifications in a match like that. He could have done. I'm surprised he waited as long as he did to get GKM out of that match. And
well, maybe we'll get him on next week, and we'll find out why he waited till then.
And I'm sure this is going to bubble over the next couple of weeks, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And you know, my favorite part about that main event match, other than Justin Carino retaining, not one old legend in that match. It was 6 purebred, homegrown ISPW wrestlers. Right. Here's a couple of facts for you, Tom. We know Tony Atlas, 72 years old. The Headbangers, 57 and 55. Val Venus, 55. The fact that these guys even have doctors that'll sign off that they're physically able to compete is crazy to me. And the fact that I was screwed over specifically and forced and strangled by a 72-year-old man because a referee that had nothing to do with our match came in, threw you out, and restarted the match. Who the hell gave him that opening? Who said that it was okay for him to do that?
Now's as good a time as any. I was going to ask him about Jay Haru and GKM, but maybe we want to talk to him about that. Ladies and gentlemen, in the green room right now, we are going to bring on air. He's been on the show before. He's been on quite a few times. He is the senior official of ISPW, head referee, Pat Savino.
Gentlemen, good evening.
Hey, Pat.
Good evening, Tom. Good evening, Mr. Corbis. How are you both today?
Not great, Pat. We'd be feeling a lot better if this was episode 101, the celebration of the tri-state champion.
That's right.
But no, you took that away from us.
Well, to be fair, Toto and Tom tried to basically gift wrap and hand deliver it to you, and that's not the way titles are won here in ISPW. Titles are earned. You become the champion by beating the champion, not by having a referee in your back pocket.
Let me ask you this question then, senior official Pat Savino. So you're very familiar with the rule book of professional wrestling. In the rule book of professional wrestling, in the chapter for referees, there's this verbiage known as referee's discretion. Imagine if you accidentally counted a 3 and somebody had their foot on the ropes and somebody else came out and told you as an official that you were wrong, but you legitimately didn't see it. Referee discretion means that who is ever the legal referee in the ring at the time, their decision stands.
That situation has come up from time to time. Referees are not perfect. We cannot see everything that goes on, especially when there are multiple different personalities in the ring going on at once, 4 ways, 6 ways, 8 ways, what have you. But if one of the other actual licensed ISPW officials, Mr. Keenan, Mr. Feinberg, Mr. Taylor, Mr. Molyneux, came out and let me know that I had made a mistake, you know what? I'm going to take their word for it as a fellow professional and do what's needed to rectify the situation.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You stole a moment from me. Then, for some reason, because you threw Tom out, you restarted the match. And I mean, I'm not super familiar with the rules of a 6-man tag, but as far as I know, there can be only 1 man in the ring and 2 men on the apron. Yet Rick Recon was allowed to super kick me. Joe Clean was allowed to give me a stunner. And Tony Atlas was allowed to put me in a sleeper, all while simultaneously in the ring. But that was okay, Pat. I guess we can play a little loosey-goosey with the rules when we feel like it.
You know, it's interesting how you bring that up, yet you're conveniently forgetting the several times in that match, because I was watching from the locker room right behind the curtain, the entire thing. You're forgetting the numerous times that you and one of your partners were in the ring, double and triple teaming, along with the A player and the, I guess now former assistant Angel Reyes. Good for you for, finally clearing your head there, Mr. Reyes. Look forward to working with you in the future. But there were several times during that match where 2 or 3 of your team was in the ring together. Funny how you're not complaining about that, but you're only going to point at the one point where you had to tap out to, as you call it, a 72-year-old man putting you to sleep.
You know, I've had enough of this, Pat, and I really am not, in the mood for listening to you come on this airway here and
Well, you know,
berate
Tom,
my best friend.
I wasn't even going to be coming on the show tonight, Tom. I called you about 15 minutes before you went on air and let you know that we had to talk.
I
And
saw
you
it.
said, no, 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 no. Come on ISPW Weekly. It'll be more fun that way. Let everyone hear what we have to say.
Mm.
Well, Tom, I have here an email that I received and printed out from the ISPW Board of Directors.
Board of
And I'd like to
Directors.
read it to you verbatim. It is a little wordy here. Whereas the ISPW Board of Directors, led by Tommy Fierro, governs over the entirety of ISPW, including building acquisition, talent relations, etc. And whereas it was brought to the attention of the board that Thomas Melee, professionally known as Toto Tom, has acted outside of his authority as general manager, to wit, on Thursday, May 23rd, 2026, at the ISPW Legends of Wrestling event at the Wildwood Convention Center in Wildwood, New Jersey, Toto Tom appointed himself special guest referee in the ISPW Tri-State Championship match between champion Tony Atlas and his partners Rick Recon and Mr. Joe Clean against the A player Anthony, the A assistant Angel Reyes, and Eric Corvus. Toto Tom then proved not to be impartial, instead deciding to ignore several rule breaks by Mr. Corvus, even counting his shoulders down while Mr. Recon's foot was clearly on the ropes in full view of Toto Tom. Senior ISPW, Mr. Pat Savino, had to interject himself and call for a restart of the match without Toto Tom's blatant partiality. The board has considered, in light of this incident, numerous disciplinary actions against Toto Tom, including termination of his working contract as general manager.
What?
However, after speaking to several other players in the incident, including Mr. Recon, Mr. Savino, and Mr. Atlas, the board has decided not to terminate Toto Tom's contract at this time,
Good.
with a stern warning to Toto Tom that any further incidents like the one referenced above will call for his termination as general manager. To send the message that Mr. Toto Tom's actions are inconsistent with the ideals set forth by the ISPW Board of Directors, it is therefore decreed that Toto Tom be immediately suspended without pay for a period of 2 weeks. This action was voted upon